Hello, how are you? It's Sue Yarwood, the Spiritual Alchemist and Tarot Specialist, and let's pull some cards and see what today brings. What do you reckon? Um, yeah, hope you're having a... Oops, there we go. Hope you're having a beautiful day so far, wherever you are in the world. I'm just going to get a couple more out and then we'll go from there. Yeah. It's early. I've got a busy day, working late tonight. Whoops, there we are. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, working late tonight. So I thought I'd get on now and get this beautiful job done so that you can all get the guidance that you need. So we've got some interesting cards that have come out today showing just a little bit of sort of feeling a little bit stuck in a few places, which is perfectly okay. I want to pull into relationship and marriage especially, feeling, I've got significant marriage cards sitting in front of me, but feeling a little same but different kind of day. I want to encourage you to perhaps spice things up a little bit, or perhaps, and please take this for relationships as well. I just feel like there's very much a comfort zone going on here today, and either one of the partners is not identifying this and just kind of going along with the flow, and the other is kind of really questioning like what this is and where I'm at, and have I worked this hard for this, and kind of, don't get me wrong, there's not about to be any leaving or moving going on. It's just a time of contemplation. It's a sort of a time of a bit ho-hum and having a voice and allowing yourself to be heard in that space of what do I actually need out of this relationship. So, rather than, I feel like the normal you would go quiet and would just, it is what it is and I'll just get along with it sort of feeling. But I just feel it just is at a space where I want to get energy moving in that area of life, and it's just the little things, just it could be just wanting to go on a few more dates, or wanting to, knowing that you're feeling you are loved and supported, but wanting to feel that rather than just know it, it just feels, I don't know, a bit stagnant and a bit ho-hum. So I really want you to feel into it, and just sort of address what you're feeling in that space. Relationships that are successful do take effort, but they take effort from both parts. So I just feel like in the energy I'm sitting in right now, one person is kind of doing the effort and showing up and feeling like they're doing everything, and the other person is just coasting along for the ride. So really just find your voice in that, and you can speak with kindness, not with harshness. There's no right or wrong here. It's just, hey, can we possibly change this a little bit and get it moving in the direction that is spontaneous and feels energized and feels just like it's got fresh air to it, because, the love is deep. The love is a very, very soul deep love, but it's just stagnant. It just needs to come up, take a breath and move in a different direction. So, have a think about what you can suggest and what you'd like to bring to your part of the relationship, and then have a chat and see where that goes. I don't feel there's any confrontation. I don't feel like there's any throwing back at you, or a lack of accountability. I feel like the other person is the same or thinks the same, but they're just kind of like happy to go along with that. And it just feels in my energy that it's just potentially down the track, it could be a deal breaker if it continues, but it needs to change right now. So I'm really encouraging you to just take those first steps to whatever it looks like. You could write a love letter to your partner or your significant other, and just sort of state how you feel, or introduce date night for a change, and 1 month or 1 fortnight or whatever time frame you want to have, you're doing it, and then the next one your partner's doing it, and it's up to them to completely organise everything, you know, right down to meal, activities, whatever that looks like, just to bring a bit of, you know, excitement. And it's really good to do things for other people, you know, and to make, like, let them smile and see them happy and stuff. It brings great joy to your soul. So encouraging you that it doesn't have to be how it is. It feels like it's in Groundhog Day, and it really must shift to just to let your relationship evolve. I do feel that there's some really beautiful relationships on here that are very, very soul related, you know, relationships. And this can be this beautiful comfortableness that you sit in, that, you know, you're just kind of really content, but we don't want to get complacent. So time to shift the energy today, okay? I'm going to pull into spiritual journey as well, because the spiritual journey is very reflected in this reading. And it's, you know, there's a lot, you know, we can sit and just not grow. I personally love to grow and learn, and I mean, every day I feel like I learn with anyone that sits in front of me for a reading. I'm very aware that that's an aspect of me and a mirror of me, so I'm trying to learn and to move forward. But I'm talking more in the realm of, if you're thinking about doing some sort of course, whether it be spiritual or not spiritual, I really want to encourage you to push into that, look into it, seek it out, see what your options are, see how it fits with you. If it enlightens your soul or engages you, you know, jump in and go for it, because what's the worst that can happen? You know, that you could have a little bit more knowledge that you didn't have previously. So, you know, really, I just feel like your soul is really pulling you towards some sort of study, and finding the right person. You could also be on the other end of that, where you're actually the teacher, you know, where you have created content or created a course or something that is coming up for air, and you're about to step into some sort of facilitating or, you know, like whatever that is. It's bang on. Congratulations, you know, like just go for it, because I know that it will bring you great joy and great happiness if you can push through and into that. You know, think of it like you're backing yourself. You're investing in your own energy, and whatever it takes to push that over the line, step into that. Highly recommend that, you know, you give yourself a little push in the back and let that happen, because you're not going to regret it. I feel like you've been holding off on that for some time if you are stepping into teaching, or facilitating or co-facilitating or something, you know. I really want you to really step into it, because what you've created and what you've got to offer is a little bit more unique. You know, we're all different, so how I teach is different to how the next tarot person teaches. I'm hoping to do a video in here of a little bit of teaching stuff, so watch that space. But you know, like, just go for it. Invest in yourself, invest in what you believe in, invest in what you're passionate about, and allow yourself to become whatever that needs to be. Today is a beautiful day, you know. Look at, reassess what your dreams and wishes are, and what you're trying to manifest, and go from there. It's a day, energetically, it's a day of just looking deeply at your life, and deeply at all aspects, and what's working and what's not working, and allow yourself to move and shift some things out the way. If things have been really hard, I want you to, you know, really look at what's been hard, and put a fresh set of eyes on it and see how you can change it, you know, like, because we make our own choices in life. We make our own decisions as to how we move forward. If you're in a excuse the French, but if you're in a shit show, change it. You have the ability to change it. You're the only one holding yourself back. If you don't like what's going on, make changes. It's a day of that kind of energy. Be spontaneous, you know, pivot and turn and go the other way. Allow yourself permission to do that. We don't have to sit in anything that is not good for us. And it's really highlighted today that the stagnant feeling, and the feeling of oh, I'm doing this again today. It just can't happen anymore. So allow yourself freedom to become whatever it is you need to be. Allow yourself freedom to create the life that you would love to have, and know and trust in your heart that you are 100% on track and that you've got your own back. With that, I'm just going to leave it there. You know, if you love watching the videos, please subscribe. That way you won't miss anything. And I'll see you again tomorrow. All right, love. Bye.